Hi, incredible teachers, hardworking, dedicated, passionate educators. This is Yaya Loves to Teach, Yaneli, and I'm here to talk to you about the new ELAR standards. As you know, these standards came out in 2017. This year, they will be implemented all across Texas. If you haven't been able to dive into them the way that you would like, because you were teaching, let's talk about them. I'm so excited about our new standards. So let's go. The first thing that I want to point out is that there are now 7 strands. So the 2008 standards were more segregated. They were more separated. Some teachers would teach things in isolation. So we had reading, writing, oral and written language, research, listening and speaking, and then we had figure 19. So our new standards, you're going to see that they continuously state reading, writing, listening, speaking, discussion, and thinking. I love that they included this in our standards. So our new objectives are structured in a way that makes sense. They are easier to read. So let's go through the strands. Strand 1 is foundational language skills. Strand 2, comprehension skills. Strand 3, response skills. Strand 4, multiple genres. Strand 5 is author's purpose and craft. Strand 6, composition. And Strand 7, inquiry and research. And you might say, whoa, Yaya, where's figure 19? Okay, no worries. Metacognitive skills. Figure 19 is really housed in Strand 2 under comprehension skills, but truly the metacognitive skills are integrated into the general student expectations across each grade level. You're going to notice that there is incredible vertical alignment in our new standards. Not only is there vertical alignment, but there is a horizontal alignment between ELAR and SLAR standards. I mean, there have been revisions to the genres. And so what I want you to know is that these 7 strands that I just went through and their substrands actually represent a distinct literary focus, right? But they're not intended to be taught in isolation, and they're not written that way. They are written to be connected with one another. They are woven together, and that is what my literary heart loves. These new TEKS connect literacy skills. Okay, so let me give you an example, okay? How do we use vocabulary when we are listening? Okay, think about that. How do we use vocabulary when we are listening? We are listening and trying to make meaning. And how do we use oral language, spoken language for writing? I always would tell my students this little phrase. If you can think it, you can say it. If you can say it, you can write it. And if you can write it, you can read it, and others can read it too. And so that's what I love about our standards now, is that they are all connected. Our new ELAR TEKS include reading, writing, listening, speaking, discussion, and thinking in every knowledge and skill statement. There is no isolating of the skills needed for literacy. And that, guys, we should be cheering. Yay! So there are some concepts that will be coming in earlier in elementary. If the use of first or third person in text and elements of drama is going to come in kindergarten. And then cursive begins in 2nd grade. Please, nobody say we're bringing back cursive, because guess what? It had never left. It was part of our old standards beginning in 3rd grade, but because of STAR, and I'm not throwing any shade, guys, we all understand, but it is going to come in 2nd grade. Phonics is taught through grade 5. There will be silent sustained reading, and that's expected to happen all the way to 8th grade. And then students are required to read high frequency words from a research-based list. It used to say common list, and so now you're going to want to pull from Dolch word list or the Fry's word list and just check with your district to see what they're going to want to use. So some of the TEKS are exactly the same as the current TEKS. Some of them have been tweaked just slightly. in the way that they're phrased. Some of the TEKs have been significantly revised, and some of them are brand new. Like, I love this objective in second grade, 2.6D. Create mental images to deepen understanding. Metacognition, baby. So I love it. So what does this mean for you as a teacher? Guys, don't panic. Don't be afraid. You're still going to do what's best for students in a much easier to read set of standards. So you're still going to need to do your daily think aloud. Students need to be able to self-select their books. Give them opportunities to choose. There is so much power in choosing your own text. The focus is not on a certain book, it's on the skills that the student needs to apply in their own reading. And so you're still going to confer with students. Small group instruction is where it's at, guided reading. Students need opportunities to share. And now our objectives say discussion. You will be required to give them an opportunity to share what they're reading. Write in response to what they're reading. Word work is still important, and metacognition, it is everywhere. I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to allow students into your brain. You must open your brain, open your head, model your thinking. How do you approach a text? The author wrote something. I was able to use my decoding skills. I was able to read what it said, but what did the author really mean? You must allow students in. You must allow them in. You must model. And what I love about our standards is that they are all woven together. First, we build comprehension by simply being able to read and decode a text. We discuss and make meaning, and this results in us applying those skills to other texts that we read. One of my favorite resources is found at leadforward.com, and they have a side-by-side. You can see the new standard, the old standard, any cognitive changes and content changes. And then when you scroll down to your grade level, they will tell you, they've listed there all that has been removed from your grade level. I love the key that they have. They show you any standard that has been moved, deleted, and anything that's new. And so I would begin there, print out your grade level side-by-side TEKs. Another resource that I am absolutely obsessed with, because I am a fan of this professor. Dr. Vicki Gibson was a professor at Texas A&M. She is a recognized author, and she is a consultant. I went to several of her trainings last year on our new ELAR standards, and on her website, she is now CEO of a consulting group. They're called Gibson, Hasbrock and Associates. So just Google Vicki Gibson, and when you go to her website, you'll see on the left side, you'll see a tab that says Big Sheets. And this is what I'm so excited about. So you can print out your grade levels TEKs on an 11 by 17 sheet of paper. And I love this because it's so easy. You can pull it out. And of course, nothing can substitute. No training that you're going to go to is going to substitute you really looking at your objectives, sitting down and unpacking them or decomposing them, because I love math too. I love throwing that word in, because that's what you're doing. You're taking it apart. So she suggests that you use a yellow highlighter to highlight the verbs in the standard. And this describes the type of thinking. She stresses that it's not the depth of understanding, it's the type of thinking. And then to use a light blue highlighter to highlight keywords that identify the rigor, the depth of understanding, the engagement with the content. And then I also love that she suggests that with an orange highlighter, you go through and highlight any teacher support, because I have the kindergarten one with me right here, and it says with adult assistance. And so that means that that standard is not going to be assessed for mastery. This is an awesome resource if, I plan to print this out for any of the teachers that I'm going to be serving and supporting, so that we can go through them. I really suggest just go through them. You don't have to be perfect if you skip the verb, or if you highlight it in the wrong color. The idea is get into your objectives and allow them to begin to simmer in your brain. I hope that you found this helpful. I would love to do some more videos as we go through each strand, and let me know what you think. Yaya loves to teach, and I care about you. I believe in you, teacher. You are making a difference. Talk to you later.